Now, what's the best connected smartwatch I've used? You'd probably be surprised. But I'm going to tell you right now, and it's not the Apple Watch. All that and more. Click subscribe, ring the bell. We'll bring you notifications whenever we do content and bring you videos right here on the EFTM YouTube channel. Now look, I love this. This is a good watch. It's Apple's best offering. This is the Series 6. It does a great job. The always-on display is brilliant. The battery life is fantastic. And obviously the range of features and apps are amazing. But I think the thing that I don't love about it, and the reason I don't wear it every day, it doesn't look like a watch. For me, it doesn't look like a watch. Now I've got probably 30 watches. I've probably got 15 different Casio G-Shocks. I've got a bunch, maybe 20 that I got on a watch subscription service. They're all kind of cheap and nasty, but they're different styles and designs, which is a fun thing to have when you want something to look a bit different. And I've got pretty much every smartwatch that's been on the market. I reckon I would have 25 of those. So yeah, I've probably got 60 watches, okay. But I love a watch, a standard watch. Now, let me show you my favorite watch outside of smartwatch. Just my favorite watch, okay? It's definitely here in the office because I keep these things, you know, in their boxes. This is my favorite watch because it looks like a real watch. It's a proper watch, right? Now, this is a TAG F1. I love it because it's F1 and I love Formula 1, but I just love the design of it. I love a classic metal class band. Just everything about this watch I love the look of. So, you know, that's a great thing. You've got to have things that you love in life, right? Always got to know what you love and what you like. But it's not smart. So it's like, how is this a watch that Trevor Long's wearing? Now, it's the only thing that I have in terms of fashion, so I like having them in that sense. But there's something else that TAG sell that has tempted me multiple times. The first generation kind of just didn't resonate. But I thought I'd give the second generation, the TAG Connected, a crack. And I'll admit I've fallen in love. Now, one of the things about TAG is they don't muck around. I mean, this is a much more exciting thing to receive in an online shopping order than perhaps a small Apple Watch box. I'll say that straight away. It's just a magnificent presentation. They don't miss a beat with any part of it. This is just where they put the delivery docket and a little note if you've got one from the purchase, like a gift purchase. But then, of course, inside, nicely packaged, is your watch. Now, don't think for a second this is an unboxing because, yeah, I've had this out and I've worn it for a good week now so that I can tell you what I think about it. This is the TAG Connected with Google Wear. So this is running Wear OS. Essentially, that's Google's watch operating system, okay? Wear OS by Google is the Google watch operating system, which Suunto, Motorola when they had it, you know, a whole bunch of watches are using the Wear OS system. But, you know, most importantly, it's also a TAG. Now, the thing that with this one specifically is I've chosen the metal band because I wanted it to look like a TAG. I wanted it to be a TAG. It's not in here because it's over here. I've been wearing it. So let's just put it on. That's not to take away from the Apple Watch. I'm telling you, that's a great, great smartwatch. But this is just something different. Three metal clasps removed and we're off and running. So look at that. On the wrist, and you can probably see in a video that it's a smartwatch. But at a glance, just kind of, you know, in the street or wherever you are, it just looks like a watch on your wrist. And I just, straight up, that's one of my favorite things about it. It's a stupid thing because it's got nothing to do with how connected or how smart it is. But it's a style and design thing. This feels like a watch, looks like a watch. I take it off like a watch. You know, it's everything that you would normally have in a watch. But they've done a very good job here with the always-on display. So let me show you that. So this, what you're seeing now is it's always-on display. That's and I've not seen that actually in many other smartwatches outside of Apple. Now, there's a few out there that do it, but I think what Tag have done is they've done it in the same way, the same style as Apple, in that they've gone, we want it to look the same, but just not as bright. So when you initiate the screen, I'll do it with a tap here so that I don't have to move too much, you get obviously that much more vibrant, bright screen. It has a level of brightness down, and then before it goes into the full dark mode. Settings are Google Wear OS. There's all the standard things, notifications are all there. Heart rate, all that kind of stuff is available, of course. And then there's, of course, your fitness style tracking. So, and this is my day view. Now, Tag have their own, tracking, fitness, sport apps. I've only used the walking, but golf is a massive thing for them. You download the golf app onto your phone, it synchronizes, does a great job. But your basic functions like walking, I can just initiate a walk and off you go. So at its core, it does everything a smartwatch does. Now, Google Pay is in here as well, so I can tap and go with my payments, which I love. So I'm essentially not missing any features, and that's my number one thing. Now, what it doesn't feature is an excellent battery. The Apple Watch will absolutely sail you through a day, without question, even with always on display. It is an all-day battery and then some. But if you're not charging it every night, you're going to get out of a routine. You're not really going to know where you stand in terms of, the watch's battery status. And I think that's not something I want to roll the dice on. I want it charged all day, every day. So what I've got into habit with doing this, I reckon I normally get up about 4 or 5 or 6. I'm getting through to 6 or 7. I'm getting essentially 12 and a bit hours battery life, possibly 15 on a day where I don't look at it or use it or open the apps much at all. Obviously, if you do activities and heart rate and GPS tracking, you're going to chew through that, get to that kind of 12-hour point. But my average is around 13 to 15 hours. So what I do is when I get home, I take it off, I put it on charge. Now the charger is a pretty standard little thing with USB-C. I've got to say, it's amazing to me that there are not more accessories. For a brand like Tag, the value you're spending on these, I would expect watch stands and nightstand chargers and stuff like that. What's available for the Apple Watch just shows you how big the Apple Watch is as a smartwatch, as a brand. Number one selling watch in the world is the Apple Watch. So that's why you've got so many charging options. But for a company like Tag not to have a range of accessories, watch stands and things, it's a bit weird to me. And you've got to pay another $100 for a second charger if you wanted one, say, at work or something like that. So what I've done is I've just kept this permanently on the bedside table, take it off, get home, take the watch off, charge it up, no dramas at all. Really not an issue for me because I don't wear it for a lot of sport tracking and stuff. I am going to give it a go on a round of golf and see what that does to the battery, but I would imagine it would chew through it, especially with GPS and the amount you're using it. So I think battery life would be a great improvement for it, but do you know what? I am prepared to compromise battery life for that design. No question at all. I am totally prepared. Now, there is, of course, customization of the screen. I normally am using this one. This is the Helios display, which is essentially the one that's matched and paired with this specific watch that I've chosen. I've chosen the one with the blue band. You can get different bezels and different bands. So there's slightly different price for the or rubber or polycarbonate or whatever the style of bands there are versus the metal ones. I like this Porsche one very much. It's a very nice watch face. And then there's a more kind of modern digital style, which is not too bad, but a little bit, just doesn't feel like it suits the watch to me, which is why I don't use that one. And a very nice classic one here, or futuristic one even, is this one. They call it the Carbon. It's a very nice kind of movement in the watch face. So I normally stick with something analog. The reason I have chosen the HEUER or Tag HEUER 2 is because the complications here are very customizable. So I'm able to customize what appears in those complications. And for example, I've got the Google Pay there at a touch, whereas in some of the other watch faces like the Helios and I think the Porsche, you can't actually choose what goes in those customizations. Look, it's $2,900. It's not for everyone in any way, shape or form. But watch people will appreciate that that's not a lot of money to spend on a Tag or one of the many brands of watches that are out there. And I think TAG's smart because they've gone, we need to be in this connected race. We need to be ready if this goes crazy. But right now it's more of that, we're here. If you want us, you want to be brand loyal, you can have one of our watches with our look, our design, our style, our packaging, but it can be connected. It's a beautiful smartwatch and well worth the reward if you can bring yourself to it. The TAG HEUER CONNECTED is a brilliant smartwatch. It is my favorite smartwatch, but I'm completely biased by the fact that I'm all in on the TAG family. So if you want to see more, check out EFTM.com. All the details of the TAG watches are obviously on the TAG website. If you want to see more videos, give us a thumbs up. We'll make sure you get them all as they come.